What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fighting's Final tonight. I'm your host, Mike Lauro, and it was a bad one tonight. Again, the Phillies just implode. Aaron Nola is back, everybody. They are back. This non-hitting team, I don't want to hear about this lineup anymore. I mean, you got more guys that are not hitting than you got guys that are hitting in this lineup, and I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it real blunt with you. Yeah, I'll be real surprised if Rob Thompson has his job at the end of the month, the way this team's playing right now. I saw something, and believe it or not, Mike Papernick Jr., me and him communicated during this game. We both saw something in our years on this earth that we've never seen before when a position player goes out to the mound to talk to the pitcher and the catcher and calls out the catcher. That was just crazy. This Phillies team, man, I'll tell you, they better work on their situational hitting because this runners and scoring position crap is crazy. If Harper's not hitting home runs or anybody else in this lineup not hitting home runs, this Phillies team can't score. There are 1 to 2, possibly maybe 3 runs a game. And that's it. I mean, they fought all the way back after Aaron Nola, again, being April Aaron Nola. This guy can't pitch. I'm telling you, he cannot pitch under 80 degrees. If it's under 80 degrees, he is useless. But these bats are useless as well. I'm sorry, Kyle Schwarber, got to get on him. He's not hitting the ball. And I don't want to hear about whatever. Sorry about that, guys. You know, I live right outside of a motor speedway, so you probably heard that going by. But to me, dude, it just kills me with this team. It really, truly does. This team cannot play consistent baseball. And that's all there is to it. Dombrowski screwed up. And I'm sorry. If I'm the Phillies right now, you probably can't get rid of him. But I know why, me, I'll give Mikey Papp his kudos and letting you know this is crazy. They look like they're just over it. Like they're just playing through the motions. You know, they got to get some kind of infusion in there, something. And if I'm the Phillies, I'm bringing somebody up. And this bullpen's got to get fixed. This bullpen is horrible. They can't catch a cold. They can't get nobody out. I don't feel safe with that with any of our starting pitchers leaving. If it isn't Kirkering and Alvarado and Strom, I don't have no faith in anybody else in this bullpen. This bullpen is trash. And I'm not trying to be overreactive. I've watched a few games now. This team on a nightly basis, hell, this ballpark's going to be empty by July. If they keep going like this, it's going to be empty by July. They will be sellers. Maybe that's what they need to be. But the middle of this lineup was horrible tonight. I'm actually going to go over here. I just want to check out the box scores real quick for the Phillies. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to go with the top 6 guys. All right, so out of the top 6 guys, okay, Turner, Harper, Schwarber, Castellanos, Real Muto, and Bohm. That's 24 bats. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 hits. They were 6 for 24 tonight. 6 for 24. JT Real Muto, 0 for Collar. Castellanos, 1 for 4 with a walk. Okay, Schwarber, 1 for 4 with a walk. Alec Bohm, 1 for 4. Are you kidding me? These are your top 6 guys. Okay, and it's not like they were going against Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray couldn't find a strike zone tonight either. He was god-awful for the Giants. But the difference between the Phillies and the Giants is the Giants got a bullpen. Phillies don't. And you saw it again up close and personal tonight. Again, if it's not Strom, if it's not Kirkering, and it's not Alvarado, these guys suck. And they're horrible. And I thought I like Joe Ross. I thought the Joe Ross signing was really good. But I'll tell you what, after his outing tonight, I want to see Mick Abel. Can they bring Mick Abel up, please? They need arms out of this pen. This pen is horrible. And they're not going to sit there and they're not going to be able to do anything. I know you guys are itching to talk about this. I'm going to get some of the comments right now before we go over this 11-run outbreak. Again, and if you're looking at these games too, I mean, God, they gave up 7 runs the first game of this series, gave up 4 last night, now 11 tonight. Like, come on, guys. Are you sure? That's 21 runs in 3 games. They're averaging 7 runs a game. Or the San Francisco Giants team. Like, I don't know. Did they use all their energy to take 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers? Because since then, they've been playing lackluster ball. Lackluster. And I know they got Miami coming in over the weekend after they have the final game tomorrow in this series. So they're going to have to try to get on track again to try to make this an even series before heading in to play Miami. But look at who they got next week. They're going on a nice road trip. They start in Queens on Monday, okay? And they finished the week in Wrigley against a very good Cubs team right now. And this team, like, they're not even average. Like, they're not. Steve checking in says, first inning person. Okay, personality is difference offensively between these two teams. Hey, Steve, I can't disagree with you. The Phillies, the Giants put up 4. The Phillies can only get 2. This is this offense. Star Wars checking in says Nola 0-4. Listen, I'd be looking to move him. Like I'm so sick of Aaron Nola. I've been bitching about him for years. He sucks in between the beginning of the season till about mid-May. He sucks. He cannot pitch. He cannot pitch in this cool type weather. It's got to be 80 and humid for this guy to pitch. Other than that, Adam C's checking in. He says Noah sucks in the bullpen too. Adam, you're not lying. There's my boy Mike Papernick checking in. Says no dog in the Phillies. You got that right, Mike. Got that right. That is just crazy. I mean, they look lifeless out there. This is horrible loss. This is Joe Hale. 1,800 career strikeouts for Nola. I could care less about him getting 1,800 strikeouts. He sucks. I do not like him between May and middle of June. He's horrible. I do not care. Barbara checking in. Hey, Barb. Good to see you checking into the show today. She said Nola got his ERA below 7 now. Yeah, just under. Some of these ERAs for the Phillies, too, on the pitchers they used tonight. I'll just put it to you this way. Hernandez has the lowest ERA at 6.0. Or 6.00. So he's at a 6 right now. It's crazy. She said Harper's a front runner. You know what? Harper's the only guy hitting. And I feel bad for the guy. He has no protection in this lineup. He really doesn't. It doesn't matter where they bat him. Because whoever's behind him can't friggin' hit. And I'm a Casty guy. I loved Nick Castellanos. He's been one of my favorite players for years before he even came to the Phillies. I followed this dude. And I'll tell you what, Nicky Bats ain't hitting. He's not hitting, So I feel bad for Harper because literally there's nobody behind him. And what is up with the obsession of bringing Brandon Marsh in? If you're going to give the guy 3 days to get his head right, give him 3 days to get his head right. Stop throwing him in the batter's box because obviously he's not doing. He's still, he's still not contributing at all. And he looked kind of almost befuddled in the field tonight too. Like, he looked really bad right now. He says, I agree, he needs to go. Barb saying Nola is useless in playoffs too. I think the more later rounds they go, he gets more worn. By the time, like, if they were to get to a World Series, like, he's done. By the time they gets there, he's done. All NL East teams lost. Ah, listen, that's pretty much Schwarber and left horrible as he is a DH. Yeah, but I understand. I mean, I know Mike, you like to kill Robbie, but I can understand Robbie stinking tonight. They were going against Robbie Ray. He's a right-handed guy, you know, and they put him in there. So, they put him out there. But this is just to me, like you said, like we talked about on the phone, Mike, when you called me. This team is lost, and they got to go play the Mets. And I'm sorry, I'm not a big fan of the Mets either. I don't think the Mets are all that great either. Like they're pitching, they don't have no pitching. They just got mashers. But, they're going to win a lot of games like 8-7, 10, 10-8, stuff like that. So, I'm not really sold on anybody in this division right now. And Atlanta getting off to a bad start, it is what it is. They got Strider back. He looked pretty good the other night. So, but again, that's going to be a long season. He's coming back from Tommy John. Joe Hale says this whole freaking team sucks. Papernick says Robbie Stott, who is hitting, but not Bohm. What a friggin' joke. I gotta say friggin' because I don't want to say the other word that's on there. But Thompson takes snaps in the dugout. Wait, Ross, Hernandez, pink slips. You know what? I can agree with Hernandez. I have not. I thought that was a signing. Like, I'm sorry, Kansas City has got like about a good player, and that's about it. Everybody else is like, yeah, that's where people like they got to overspend for mediocre players to go there. And this dude got cut from that team. Like, I don't even know why they picked him up. Joe Hill says Justin Crawford needs to be up. I agree with that, but I think they got to wait. It's a service thing. I think he will get up here sometime this year, though. There's a certain amount of time that they have to go by before he can come up, but I do believe he will be up here. Star Wars checking in says Marsh is batting 0.95. Don't say I didn't turn the waiver wire on. Hubert Gaffney checking in. Harper had a good day. Yeah, he's the only one that's hitting. He's not. Turner's not getting on in front of him. I mean, they had second and third with one out, and still can't get nobody home. This team's hitting with runners in scoring position has sucked. It has sucked for the last 4 years. And it's not magically going to get any better until they get guys who can put the ball in play. And right now, both catchers sucked. Nah, you know what? I think he's really got to. Marchand, I thought he had it okay. He wasn't good at the plate. That'll come around a little bit. JT is just, it is what it is with him. He's been declining for the last 3 years. I'm tired of hearing best catcher in baseball. Can the guy gun out some runners? Yeah, he's not the best catcher in baseball anymore, though. That's very fair to say. He's not the best anymore. The Giants is better managed team. That's debatable. We'll wait and see. It says Realmuto DH, not catching the last two. Oh, not good. Bryce Harper, pitching coach, Comp Hernandez. Yeah, we were just talking about that, Hubert. Me and Mike were talking about that actually as the game was going on, and Mike sent me a message like, dude, my 50-plus years of watching Phillies baseball, I've never seen that. I've never seen it. That you have a first baseman, but then again, that goes to show you the leadership level of Harper. A lot of people want to get on Harper, but really, how can you get on Harper? Nobody in front of him's hitting. Nobody behind him's hitting. He's the only one hitting. The last 2 nights, he's done his job. Okay? It's the other 8 imbeciles around him that ain't doing their job. Star was saying at least we have Sanchez tomorrow. That's going to be a good one. I'll tell you what, man. This Giants team is very good, and I'm not trying to go to Big Al's excuse emporium or whatever Matty calls it. But the Phillies never play the Giants well anyway. They really don't. It's really weird with them playing the Giants. They just don't match up well with them. They haven't for like the last dozen years. It doesn't matter. Like they always seem to kick our tail, and I mean they beat us in the postseason too, but they really put a beating on us, really. in the regular season. Like, I know when the Phillies go out there, you can might as well just chalk that up. They're in Arizona. They don't play well in either one of those two places. So, Adam C saying Harper can't do it himself. He's right. He's right. Give the Mets a division already. I'm not giving the Mets nothing because at the end of the day, the Mets are going to Met. If you've been around as long as I have, trust me, you will watch the Mets. They will look ultra good, and they will nosedive like a. They will nosedive. They don't have the pitching. They don't have the pitching. They're going to have to, like I said, they're going to have to slug their way out. And guess what? Their guys are not. They don't have the type of guys on that team that's going to carry them. I'm sorry. Juan Soto is showing you right now he's missing Aaron Judge's protection in a lineup because Juan Soto is not getting nothing to hit, and he ain't hitting nothing. Schwarber is good this year. He's been okay. I really like to see him produce more when he's not in the leadoff spot. Thompson, tell us how Noah settled down and how good they are. He's coming up too soon to rah-rah. He should be terrified. Adam C says Thompson checked out. Can't believe Schwarber beat out that throw. I'll tell you what, that was good hustle on his part. I will say that. That was good hustle on his part. I said, I wonder how much. And Hernandez felt getting shut up by Harper calling a meeting at the mound. Hey, look, maybe Harper saw something. Mike, he is the vet on that team. I think he's been around longer than both of them. So maybe he saw something and just said, hey, guys, come here. And he went over there. You know what I mean? Like, we're not on the field, but Ricky's watching what's going on. Ricky, he says, go Phils. Sanchez is a good pitcher. The Marlins play us tough, too. Oh, yeah, I know. We lose to everybody in the damn division. We're okay with the Dodgers. And Mike's last one is, just remember the Mets didn't have the pitching last playoffs. Oh, no, but Mike, their pitching took a way, way worse hit. No Severino on this team this year. Severino was a dog for them. They lost 2 starting pitchers, and the guys they got to replace them, they got Montanez. Like, they went out and signed all these big name, like, kind of free agents, and they're all banged up. They're all hurt. So I'm not sold on the Mets. And Lindor had a historic year run. You're seeing how that's playing out now. So I know I'm not sold on the Mets at all. Like I'm more worried about the Braves in this division than I am the Mets. The Braves are legit. I know they started off and whatever. They are legit. And Star Wars last comment says, I miss Hoffman. Well, hey, look, they didn't want to pay him, and Toronto did. So, sometimes you just got to tip your cap and let them go. But, all right, guys, we're going to get into it, man. Top of the first, Lee singles in. Willie Adames gives San Fran a 1-0 lead. Flores draws a bases-loaded walk. Lee scores, giving them a 2-0 lead. And then Bailey singles in. Ramos and Chapman giving San Francisco a 4-0 lead in the first inning. Bottom first, Real Muto walks on a bases loaded. Trey Turner comes in and scores 1-0. And then Robbie Wright, who, like I said, was wild as crazy tonight. He also gives up another walk. Harper would come in and score. That would be 4-2, and it would stay that way till the bottom of the 4th inning. And the Phillies, Bryce Harper would come up with Johan Rojas aboard, and he would exit to right field. He would launch another one for a second home run in this series right now. It would tie the game at 4. That would be the last time the Phillies would score. Top of the 5th, Chapman would knock in Lee, and he would single. Rojas with a throw-in error. All the guys get to move up. They go up 5-4. Top of the 6th, Adames walks on a bases loaded. Bailey comes in to score 6-4. Lee hits a sac fly. Fitzgerald comes in to score, makes it 7-4. We move to the top of the 7th. Flores singles in Ramos, making it 8-4. Fitzgerald's doubles, and Wade scores, making it 9-4. And then Yastrzemski doubles, knocks in Flores and Fitz, making it 11-4. And that would be your final tonight in there. Funny thing, if you're looking at it right now, Rob Ray, pitcher for the San Francisco Giants, only goes 4 innings, gives up 6 hits, 4 4 runs, 4 earned runs, walked 5, but he struck out 8. Aaron Nola, he went 5 in the third, gave up 9 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned. Okay, he walked 4, and he also had 8 strikeouts tonight. So after that first inning, they kind of settled down a little bit. But then this falls back on the Phillies' bats. My thing is the bullpen. Bivens goes 2 innings, closes out. I'm gonna go right here. Trevino, after Rob Ray gets pulled after the 4, he goes 2 innings, gives up 1 hit, and has 2 strikeouts. Duvall pitches an inning, doesn't give up any hits, any runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Bivens goes 2 innings, 1 strikeout, I believe. Let me just double check that real quick. Yeah, I just want to make sure. Spencer Bivens, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. So it was 1 walk, 2 strikeouts on that. And for me, guys, their bullpen literally tonight, looking at their bullpen, they literally gave up. They went 5 innings, gave up 1 hit, and had 5 strikeouts and 1 walk. That was the San Francisco Giants bullpen tonight. Now, the Phillies bullpen, on the other hand, they went 3 2/3 of an inning, gave up 4 runs, had 5 walks and 2 strikeouts. 5 walks, 2 strikeouts between Ruiz, Ross, and Hernandez. Are you kidding me? Like, no, you're not going to win any of these games doing that. I'm just so flabbergasted, guys, right now with this team. Like, this team keeps playing like this. Mike, you're going to get your wish. Robbie's going to be gone before the end of the month. You imagine if they continue this? It's going to be almost like another Girardi type situation. All right. I got to pay some bills. You want to know why? Because Maddie told me I have to. So we're going to start right here with these guys. That's right, guys. Tomorrow night. That's right, tomorrow night. After the Fighting's final tomorrow, Pat and Steve will be back. The Attacking Third. That's right, the exclusive home for the Attacking Third, and having all your Union coverage right here on It's a Wrap Sports Network. Make sure you check them guys out. And then literally at 10 o'clock tomorrow night, and follow me as soon as I'm done here. Maddie will be jumping on to take your calls. I'm pretty sure he's going to have 1,000, I'm not going to say excuses, but he'll be able to break this down, continue breaking this down as I have throughout this evening. He will be joining you again Sunday through Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern, or after our coverage of those Fighting Phils. And guys, exclusively, that's right, Sunday mornings, but because of Easter this week, Pat will be jumping on Saturday morning, 9 o'clock, and this will be the last weekend that you will see the wraparound on the weekends. That's right, because guess what? May the 4th, me and Pat are back together. That's right, me, Pat, and Al, P&M in the AM, we will be back discussing all Philadelphia sports starting Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. on May the 4th. So we will be back on the 4th of May. And guys, we actually have our schedule set up. So I'm going to show you tonight for tomorrow and for this upcoming weekend. Right now, as you see, Matty B will be taking you guys tomorrow afternoon after the Phillies game. I should say early tomorrow evening. And the schedule is up for this weekend. That's right. Friday night, Big Al Safiri will be taking the Fighting's final Friday night. Yours truly will be doing it Saturday afternoon. And that's right, the aforementioned Pat Bernard will be doing his Sunday afternoon. So there you guys go. That is going to be our schedule for this weekend from tomorrow all the way to Sunday. Mets and Cubs schedules will be up next week, but the guys will be doing that. Just to let you guys know, Saturday, I will be doing as you saw there, I'll be doing the Fighting's final. After Saturday, though, you guys probably won't see me for about a week or so. Got to go handle some business for the 9 to 5. So I will be just taking a short little hiatus for a week or so. But Uh, Alrighty. Where's it at? Where's it at? There's it is. Right. Star Wars checking in saying Romano's been doing well in his couple of days. I think Romano's just got a pitch. He's coming back. You know. He said Hoffman sucks too. He's just as bad as Ruiz, Ross. They can't throw strikes or get 3 outs. You have one job to throw strikes. You can't do that. Meanwhile, the Phillies had 13 Ks, 4 by JT. Yeah, that whole thing of putting JT Realmuto fifth. Like, I know he got a hit last night. No. Like, he's got to go. Fire them waivers. Anyone is better. I can throw 78. Star Wars is saying firing everybody. It says umpiring, calling a lot of bad calls. I don't know about that. The Real's checking this. His brother, they have the lowest ERA in baseball, and Pete Alonso's protecting Soto fine. No, he's not protecting Soto fine, man. Listen, I get a lot of Mets, got a lot of friends who are Mets fans. Seen a lot of TikToks talking about this. He's not protecting Soto just fine. So again, you might be a Mets fan, and if you are, hey, and that's fine. And no, I'm not a hater. I can't stand the Mets, but if they're good, I'll let you know that they're good. I'm honest. Do I like the Mets? Hell no. 86 and forever. I hope you guys never win one. But it is already. And he says, Joe Hale says, great show. Thanks, Joe. He said the Mets are already in first. Yeah, that's cute. Try staying in first. Like, it's a long season, dude. This is a marathon. I just love how these Mets fans come out of nowhere and now they're puffing their chest. I didn't hear from you guys for like a decade. Like, it's crazy. Well, but I'm glad the Mets are good, though. I honestly, I really do want to say I'm glad that the Mets are finally good and finally they got an owner who's willing to spend money. I know the Wilpons, the years that those guys owned them, you guys went through it. And trust me, being a Phillies fan, we've had some cheap owners here too. So I trust me, I understand. But you know what I mean? I just don't like the Mets. I grew up hating Howard Johnson and Darryl Strawberry. That corny ass Darryl chant they used to try to do down at Vet Stadium used to piss me off. So yeah, I went the whole weekend in '86 when they needed one game to clinch. They came to the Vet to play the Phillies, and the Phillies were god awful, and the Phillies swept them. They said, "Take that crap out of here." They ended up winning in Pittsburgh. I'll never forget that. He said, "The Phillies dropped the ball when Harper asked for Alonso at the trade deadline last summer and not signing Alonso this offseason after Harper said he would play the outfield." Yeah, that would be. Can you imagine? Like, I like the polar bear. I really do. But could you imagine him playing 82 games at he plays at Citi Field. Like, that's a pitcher's park. Can you imagine that dude's offensive production if he played at Citizens Bank? Like, holy cow, dude. Like I said, the Mets got some good players, but it's just weird. Their pitching, like, something always seems to go wrong with their pitching. Like, it does. I don't care. Like, they had DeGrom. Like, that dude, they had DeGrom, Syndergaard. Like, they had some really good young pitching at one point in time. Zach Wheeler, they had them all. And they never won anything. Why? Because they always end up getting hurt going somewhere. And I just I don't have no faith in them. I don't think the Mets can do it over a long haul. I really don't. And listen, as much as they want to say, oh yeah, they beat us and they did, and they deserve the kudos for getting as far as they got. But let's be real, when they went up against a team that top to bottom, that had a great dude, they got smoked. They got smoked, dude. The Dodgers brushed the Mets away like they were a gnat trying to bother them. Like, get out of here. You know what I mean? So now we just need Kyle to accept an extended contract. Kyle Schwarber season is the first time Phillies players such a streak. Maybe, I don't know, but I mean, really, how long do you want to extend Schwarber? You're gonna keep him there maybe a year or two. Can't keep him much longer than that. You got too many people in the pipeline coming up. You do. You got to give these young guys a chance. I think the one guy if they should be looking to get rid of right now, I would be looking to get rid of I look at be getting rid of Marsh and Bohm. Marsh and Bohm got to go. Like I know Bohm got a hit. Dodgers beat the Mets in 6 games. That's not getting smoked. If you saw the way the games played out, Barbie, yeah, they got smoked. I'm just saying. They got smoked. Like when the Dodgers were ready to put them away, they put them away. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not a Mets fan. Like I said, you can call me a hater all you want. I hate the Mets. I will truly, I will wave that flag. Can't stand them. And they're good about once every like decade. You know what I mean? They're like, my buddy used to joke with me and said that my Phillies were 10-year whiz kids. Well, these guys are like 20-year whiz kids, man, because they get good for like a season or two, and then poof, they're going to go. So I don't know, though. With the new owner, this dude seems like he kind of got a screw loose. So maybe he might be. Maybe they might actually win a World Series. Get a new Phillies manager. Ricky, that may happen, man. Rojas is bad. I don't know. I think the kid needs to play more, to be honest with you. I think he's a better center fielder than Marsh. I really do. I think he should be playing against lefties and righties. I think he's a better player than Marsh right now. Right now, he's better than Brandon Marsh. Brandon Marsh, if he had I'm wondering if he has any options where they can send him down to the minors and do something. But like I said, the kid Otto Kemp's been making a name for himself down in the minor leagues. If Bohm's not going to hit, dude, you got to trade him. Trade him, get him out of here. Get back a solid arm for your bullpen, because this bullpen is done. This bullpen's done. Like right now, like this is where I feel like Dombrowski dropped the. I feel like Dombrowski dropped the ball in the offseason here. That's fine if you didn't want to go after Soto or whatever, but there was a nice amount of arms out there that you could have went and got. And I really think that I think they should have went out and tried to restock their bullpen. They took their chances on a lot of guys. They tried to do the Howie Roseman with low risk, high reward. But right now, it says Marsh's barrel rate. Miners is calling. You don't go 0 for a season in the majors. Time to restart. Agree. Rojas is your center field if Marsh has options. What's this here? Oh, Marsh has options left. Okay, well, if he has options left, send him down. Let him go get his head right. Bohm trade. No GM in baseball with a brain is trading for Bohm. Mike, I disagree with that. The dude was an all-star last year. Yes, he's been declining since then. But trust me, there is a GM out there that'll sit there and say, you know what? Maybe he just needs to change the scenery. Bohm's not a bad player. But I'm going to be honest with you. He's like 7th. When he was hitting 7th, 6th or 7th in the lineup, Bohm was a lot better player. Now, them trying to move him up in the lineup, I didn't agree with it then. I don't agree with it now. So Rob Thompson failed as players, and the Phillies ought to do something about it. Well, if they keep playing the way they're playing Star Wars, you're going to have to worry about it. Trust me, he's going to get his walking papers by the end of the month. Phillies need more home runs. No, they don't. They need to make contact with the ball. Yes. Whoa. What the heck? Oh, all right. Where is it? Your comment just like went flying somewhere. Let me take a look and make sure that this thing. Yeah, I that is just so funny. All right. Mets have as many championships as the Phillies, and haven't been around for 150 years. Barbara, I'm really starting to think you're a Mets fan undercover. Like you only come on when Maddie's on. I told the truth. I said I don't like the Mets. I'll talk shit on a Mets fan all day long. And I don't care they haven't been around for 150 years. So what? That's because they have 4 baseball teams up there. And 2 of them decided they didn't want to play in shitty New York, so they moved west. You know what I mean? And half of Mets fans, I'm going to be honest with you, they just put their Mets jerseys on until the Yankees make the playoffs, and then they all switch and put their Yankees jerseys on. They do it all the time. I'm just kidding, Barber, too. But he says, no bullpen, no offense. You're better than the Mets? No, I didn't say we were better than the Mets. Did you hear me come out and say it? I just said the Mets ain't as good as people think they are. This Phillies team's a train wreck. This team's a train wreck right now. They got too many issues. So, no. But you know what? D-Reals, you're going to get your wish because they play the Mets starting Monday. So, who knows? You know? Again, they play the Mets Monday. You'll find out. You know, they're going to go head-to-head. Bohm's problem is Kevin Long. I don't think so. I think Bohm's problem is between his ears. He said Barber knows the truth. He's just jealous. I ain't jealous. What am I jealous of? What am I jealous about of a Mets fan? A Mets fan can't talk no shit to me. Like, seriously, your last world championship was in 88. I don't care how many times you got there. I mean, we got there too and lost. Your last championship was in 86. What the hell do I care about what a Met fan has to say to me? I laugh at him. So I say 86 and forever. Barber says Phillies have been bad ever since that Harper did that sliding lumper. No, they've been bad since they've been over there. I agree with you on that. I think that took a lot of wind out of their sails going over there and playing that game. I really do. But I think it did the opposite for the Mets. I think it propelled them last year. Because if you remember, man, Bohm, if Bohm was traded, it would be like for a single A player. I don't think so. Like, I really don't. Like, you're kind of devaluing Bohm a little bit. I think they could probably get somebody. I don't care. Like, I want them to get an arm. Somebody that they can throw in this bullpen. You know what I mean? That's what they need. They need bullpen arms. Hey now. That's not nice. Mike, what does that have to do with the Phillies? I don't know. I was answering your question, but okay. Manager is not managing. He's a bench coach. You know, I hear a lot of that with people talking about Thompson. You know, yeah, I'm going to kind of take that all. I mean, he's been a manager now for a few years. He's been the guy calling the shots. So I'm not going to do that. Maybe Robbie will get fired when I wake up. Mike, you and Wish. Yeah. Dude, if that happens, I would be very surprised. Now, if they keep losing like this, yeah, I can definitely see that. Regis Mets are going down. I don't know. I like it when the Mets are good. I really do, because I feel like with the close proximity between the two cities, you get a lot of shit talking, like I've been doing with D-Reels most of the night. And that's cool. It's fun. You know what I mean? And you should root for your team and you know, talk smack to the rest of the league. I mean, the one thing Mets and Phillies fans got in common, we hate the Braves. So she said, we're not finding out anything. The Nationals almost swept the Dodgers, for God's sake, is April. That is true. But, you know, there's a saying with baseball, you can't win a championship in April, but you can lose one. You know what I mean? So, Bohm is devaluating himself. I don't know, Mike. I don't know. You know, the kid's just going through something. I mean, you never know. He may get hot and start hitting. If that's the case and that happens, guys, we gotta move him. Like, I'm sorry. I think the kid that's down in was it Graham? I think you bring him up and give him a shot. I mean, it can't be no worse. They need guys that can hit the ball. You were saying, sorry, Bob. Seriously, no more New York Mets in here. Hugh, she's not a Mets fan. She's a Phillies fan. Boo the Mets, says Ricky. It says it's funny how Bohm was available this past winter and no team sniffed them. Well, the reason why he didn't sniff them was the Phillies overplayed their hand on that. They called I don't know if you guys heard the rumor, but they called the Oakland A's for their closer. Was it Mason Miller? They closed and asked him and was like, "Oh yeah, we want Mason Miller back," and the A's just hung the phone up. You know what I mean? So they kind of, you know, uh, shoo, Herbert saying Kevin Long is there for one more season. Everybody knows that he's a great one. Chase rate, eh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, the guy gets praise everywhere he goes, so maybe he might have ran his course. She says, "Thanks, Mike. You know, no problem, Barb." D Reels checking back in. He says, "Ha ha, you got that right. I hate the Braves and Yankees. Yeah, I hate the Braves and Yankees too. I don't like the fucking pinstripers either. Don't like Mets fans. Come on. Some Mets fans are cool. Like I said, I got a few buddies that are Mets fans. A few friends. I got quite a few friends that are Mets fans. Actually, my one buddy, he lived, born and raised in Philly, was diehard New York Mets fan. My man loved him. Some Darryl Strawberry and Howard Johnson. So, again, guys, just to give you guys a little heads up. Again, tomorrow, my man Matty B will be on the call tomorrow, right after the game. So make sure you guys check in with him, and he will get you guys going. And then, you guys, the Marlins series. That's right. Friday, you got Al. You got the P and M and the AM. You got the whole crew the whole weekend. You got Al on Friday, myself on Saturday afternoon, and then our very close friend Pat Bernard will be taking you guys in on Sunday. Phil's get smoked tonight, guys. Oh, one quick thing before we go. Let me round the bases. Alrighty, guys, we're going to go around the Major League Baseball today. Starting in Toronto, it was the Blue Jays 3-1 beating those Atlanta Braves, those therefore mentioned Braves. It was the Minnesota Twins beating those New York Metropolitans 4-3. It was the Brewers beating the Tigers 5-1. It was the Cardinals over the Astros 4-1. San Diego 4-2 over those Chicago Cubs. San Diego right now, best record in Major League Baseball. The Orioles 9-1 over the Cleveland Guardians. It was the Arizona Diamondbacks 6, the Marlins 2. It was the Seattle Mariners 5, the Cincinnati Reds 3. The Nationals lost in Pittsburgh tonight 6-1, bench clearing in Pittsburgh. That was kind of crazy. Our boy Andrew McCutcheon almost got hit in the face. Started throwing back and forth with the pitcher. Here in South Philadelphia, it was the San Francisco Giants smoking the Phillies 11-4. The New York Yankees beat the Kansas City Royals 4-3. It was the Boston Red Sox with a 1-0 win over the Tampa Bay Rays. On the South Side, the Chicago White Sox drop their game today to the Sacramento Athletics 3-1. Right now, in the top of the ninth, the Texas Rangers with a 3-1 lead over those Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. I will still call them that always. And the bottom of the first, the Dodgers with a 2-1 lead over those Colorado Rockies, guys. So there you have it. Oh, I got 5 more comments. Hold on, man. All right. I don't like anyone. Only Red Sox fans get it. You can't like the Mets if you love the Phillies. I talk shit to a Mets fan, but you gotta, have a good night, Mike. And yes, I love Matty. He's real about sports. Matty's nuts. Okay. Matty's nuts. But I gotta give it to him. Like, he stands on his hill about Howie Roseman. I feel the same way about Joel Embiid. So I kind of understand why he gets nuts sometimes, but not everybody's a homer. Not everybody's a homer just because, we don't like that. Joe Hale says, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Yes, you will. I'll be making my return to the ring in 2 weeks. And, Joe, I hope you're there, buddy. We'll get a picture. Mike Pappernick, good show, Mike. Yes. D-Reels, my man, come on here. Talk your crap anytime. You are more than welcome. Again, big series. Only downfall is I will be away for work for training, so I will not be on air when they play the Mets, and it's kind of killing me. But I'm actually looking to probably get some tickets and go when the Mets come down here. So, but yeah, all of D-Reels, make sure you guys come on. Ricky Deal says he don't like the Mets. That's all right, Rick. Guys, again, thank you so much. Final score again, 11, San Francisco Giants 11, Philadelphia Phillies 4. I am Mike Laro. I will see you guys Saturday afternoon. That's right. I will be here live doing this post game for Phillies Marlins. Enjoy your night. Root them on tomorrow. Christopher Sanchez gets the call on the mound for the Phillies, and Matty B will be hosting the Fightins final after that. So, again, from everybody here over at It's a Wrap Sports, I'm Mike Lawyer. You guys have a good night. I'll see you Saturday.